welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we are going to be talking about my fall semester schedule. I'm so excited for school to finally start again. It has been a long summer for me. I'm just ready to get back into the swing of things and get a routine going again. But I do this every semester. I go over all the classes I'm taking with you, and this is the last fall semester of coursework, of academic coursework, so that's crazy. Next year at this time I'll be on my clinical rotations, so that is like insane to even think about. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into all the classes I'm taking this semester. Okay, so this semester, this is the fall semester of my P3 year, so my third year of academic coursework from pharmacy school. There's not that many classes. It's really not that bad. I feel like last semester we had, I think, like 8 classes. It was a lot to juggle, and I actually did really well. So I'm hoping that this fall semester with less classes will be a lot easier for me, because I not only have school, but I'm also going to start training for a marathon, and I'm close to getting a job in a pharmacy as well. So if all that works out, I'm going to have a lot on my plate this fall semester, so hopefully the classes won't be horrible, so I'll have time to kind of spread myself through all those different things that I'm doing. So let's get into the classes. So I have them pulled up. If you see me keep looking over here, I'm looking at my computer because I have all the classes pulled up on my computer. Okay, so the first course we're taking this fall is called Management and Patient Safety. So this course, I believe, is just about kind of the technical aspects of working in a pharmacy and running a pharmacy if you are interested in a management position. And about patient safety, probably legality kind of things, and stuff like that. So basically just how to manage the pharmacy, which I'm actually really excited to learn about. I don't want to be a pharmacy manager, but of course, if you're like the pharmacist on duty and you have, 2 or 3 techs working under you, you want to make sure you have some idea of how to lead the pharmacy and keep everything going the way it's supposed to. So I'm excited to learn about those things. I think that'll be really helpful going forward in my clinicals and then when I start working. Okay, the second class I'm taking this semester is called Clinical Pharmacokinetics. And we had a course last fall called Basic Pharmacokinetics, where we learned just kind of basic about like how the drugs absorb, distributed, all that stuff in the body. But this semester, it looks like we're learning about specific medications. So like digoxin, warfarin, how the person absorbs them, and how to calculate dosing for specific types of patients, because those medications can be kind of touchy. They have like a smaller window of the dosing that you want to give before you are giving a toxic dose to a patient. So I'm actually really excited for that class because I'm someone who really loves math, and that's a very math heavy course. So I'm really excited about that, and I think it'll be really interesting. And if I do happen to work in a hospital pharmacy, which I don't really plan on necessarily, but you never know what can happen. If that's where I get a job, that's where I get a job, right? That'll be very helpful for working in a hospital pharmacy. So I'm really excited about that class. I think that's going to be really fun. The third course I'm taking this semester is called Medicinal Chemistry and Pharmacology 2. So I took the first course of this sequence last semester, and then there's going to be a Pharmacology and Medicinal Chemistry 3, which I'll take in the spring next year. So this is the second one. This was my favorite class last semester, so hopefully it will continue to be my favorite class. But basically what we learn in this class is it goes hand in hand with our Pharmacotherapeutics class. So whatever topic we're learning about, so if we're learning about like heart drugs, right, cardio drugs, we'll learn about it in therapeutics of like when you give certain patients those drugs. And in medicinal chemistry, we'll learn about the actual chemical structure of the drug, what it binds to, and like how it works in the body. So I am a chemistry nerd. If you don't know, which I'm sure you do if you've watched any of my videos, I used to be a chemistry teacher, so I really love chemistry, and I just think it's really interesting. So I really enjoyed that class last semester, and I think I'll enjoy it just the same this semester. I did hear this semester is really tough because we learn about antibiotics, so for this class and for therapeutics, so that'll be fun. But I'm excited. It's a challenge, so I find it really interesting, and hopefully I'll enjoy it as much as I did last semester. All right, my fourth class this semester is called PharmD Seminar, and this class, I'm not exactly sure what it is. I think they told us it's kind of like working on a research project, like we're going to be in groups and assigned a topic, and I guess this like fall semester we have to research the topic, And then in the spring, we have to like create a poster, and then when we go down for summer session, we have to present the poster at like a poster session. I think that's what it is. So it shouldn't be like too much work if all I'm doing this fall semester is researching a topic. That's not like a ton of extra work, you know? So I'm not really worried about that class. I did see like a lot of our grade is like presentations and stuff, which is annoying, but whatever. It's school, you got to do it, right? So that class is like, hopefully it won't be too much work. My fifth class this semester is Pharmacotherapeutics 2. So I took Pharmacotherapeutics 1 in the spring semester of the last year. This is 2. I wanted to tell you what topics we're learning this year, but our syllabus isn't up yet, so I'm not exactly sure what topics we're learning. I know we're continuing with some of the cardio drugs like arrhythmias and things like that because we ended on heart failure last semester, so I know we're continuing with that theme. But after that, I'm not sure. I did say we're learning about antibiotics. I know that for sure. Some infectious diseases, I think. But other than that, like, I'm not exactly sure what we're learning. So stay tuned for my vlogs because I'll obviously talk about it during the semester. But I'm not exactly sure of everything we're learning in that class. But for therapeutics, what we learn in that class is when you would give a certain drug to a patient, based on their other like disease states, how you would counsel a patient on the drugs and things like that. That course is really challenging for me. Therapeutics, that was my hardest course last semester, but I feel like I get the most out of it. So I'm excited to learn about these drugs, but I'm a little nervous because that class is hard for me. And then the sixth class we have this semester is our Therapeutics Recitation. So this course kind of goes hand in hand with pharmacotherapeutics. And basically what we do in recitation is we get cases that have to do with what we learned in therapeutics that week, and we have to work in groups to answer the cases. And then typically on Thursdays we have like a verbal defense. So we all log into our program where we all show our webcams, and we get called on randomly to answer questions about the disease state or defend why we chose a specific medication for this patient over something else. We have to defend it with the literature and like explain why we picked that over something else based on actual literature, and things like that. It's not my favorite class simply because I am not a fan of working in groups. For one, we are distance education, and I find it very difficult to work in a group over the computer. You guys know me, I'm a very like paper pencil, writing things down in person kind of person. So I know it sounds kind of silly that I chose to do a DE program, but I love it for everything else except for group work. Group work is a bit of a pain in the butt. I'm also not a fan of group work because I feel like my grade depends on the performance of others. So if someone else isn't necessarily pulling their weight, or if you disagree with someone in your group but they have a stronger voice and they get their answer down on paper but they are wrong, that affects your grade. Do you know what I mean? So I understand the purpose of learning how to collaborate. That was the same thing when I was teaching. It was all about you have to collaborate with your colleagues. I get it. But it's not my favorite thing in the world, which I think that's a theme I see for a lot of people. It's just not a lot of people's favorite thing in the world, but gotta do it. Okay, so that's all the classes I have for this semester. So there's only 6 classes, and 2 of them are really easy, and then one of them is just a supplementation to another one. So really, I only have 3 difficult classes. So I'm not too worried. Yeah, I'm really excited for this semester. I think it's going to go really well. I will keep you updated on how it's going, of course. If I have any good study tips, I will definitely let you know. But yeah, that's all I got for this semester. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you have any questions on the classes I'm taking, go ahead and leave those in the comments below. You can also email me or message me on any of my social media. That's all in the description box. And I will see you in my next video.